How's it going, everyone? You Connect Six here. Today, we're going to talk about Stargirl Season 3, Episode 3, titled The Blackmail. So, okay. This is, let's start with the little bits, right? Barbara is being bullied by a dude named Tim, apparently. I'm sorry, if your name is Tim, you shouldn't be bullying anyone. But this dude is just gross looking as well. Paula happens to be in Barbara's office at the time when he goes, "Hey, about your proposal. Oh no, no, it's slow." He does that, and it's just like, dude, that's gross. Anyway, Paula's like, you can see it in Paula's eyes. She's not happy with this dude, and I'm like, oh no, you pissed off a villain. That's not a good idea, dude. But also, just desserts. Now, Cameron is, of course, having issues partway through the episode. He's having some issues. Still, he lashes out at the teacher, the one that was, like, really rude and kind of like, hey, oh, you're a teacher. You shouldn't be acting like this to Rick. But as we know, she's well-meaning. She just goes about it in a very, rough way. Anyway, Rick just like, Ayo, you do that again. Right, like, and the lady's just like, don't do that. Like, it's just like you shouldn't be doing that, right? Like, it like borders on bullying each other, which is weird. Now, Beth, while driving down with Rick to somewhere or other, finds out through the goggles that because someone anonymously sent it, that the gambler was blackmailing the Crux to the tune of a total of $5.3 million, I believe was the number. That's a lot of money. That's like enough to buy a house and live, and live off of it for a good chunk of time, if not the rest of your life. Here in California, expensive are us, but like, it's like, oh boy. Um, and so, um, some of the group are insta guilty, right? They're insta guilty. The Crocs did it, right? So now most of them agree to not tell Sylvester because Sylvester will go off the fucking deep end again. Uh well, Sylvester's struggling this episode. Very much so. Trying to find balance and whatnot. And yeah, he fails. Now, Cindy goes and tells Sylvester she did the thing they all agreed to not do. Uh, Sylvester's an ass, and now Cindy did it. Okay, Cindy did it for a good reason. She was hoping getting Sylvester's seal of approval would get her the seal of approval from the two who are like, we don't want Cindy in the JSA because they've got their own issues. Funny how Rick doesn't want Cindy to JSA, but he's fine with Grundy, who literally killed his parents. Right? Yolanda's like the only one that actually has a good reason for not wanting Cindy around. And even then, no, there is no excuse for it. Yeah, uh, so yeah, Yolanda's the only one who has a good reason for it. Even then, that's not very hero-y of you for holding grudges, right? You got to take a page out of Batman's book. Maybe not literally, because Batman literally fucked one of his villains, right? Catwoman turned over a new leaf, and he literally knocks her up. So maybe not a literal page out of Batman's book, but like the forgiveness aspect, you should definitely take into account. I still need to watch Harley Quinn season 2 and 3 apparently. Ayo, that's neither here nor there. That's not part of the channel. Let's animate it, so we're good. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Yolanda has objections to Cindy, blah blah blah. Anyway, Sylvester goes off the fucking deep end and attacks a supermarket because the Crocs are going shopping. What the fuck? Like legitimately, what the fuck, dude? You can't just be out there going and attacking supermarkets, right? He destroys the supermarket. Pat has to come in as Stripe because they find out about it because Mike saw Sylvester leaving and called Courtney. Pat comes in as Stripe and stops the assault after Sylvester's blown up a supermarket and 2 cars. What the fuck, Sylvester? You can't just be going off the deep end. Anyway, and Pat reveals the whole. Courtney at first thought her dad, that Starman was her dad when the staff first lit up for her. Obviously, we later find out her as well that that's not true. Her dad's just an asshole. Uh, Definitely worse than mine. Because at least mine is right here. Even if he's not the best person, he's right here. Right. Um, and that Pat had to lay him out, like just. Ah, oh, man, I missed that scene. Anyway, Pat is more of a father to Courtney than her actual dad, which is both sad and very comic accurate. Anyway, Sylvester, when he hears this, he's like, "Oh shit, man." He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "Wait, hold up." He's just like in shock and sits back on the bed, like while they're yelling at each other. He's like, "Oh, dude," it's like all the wind in your sails from having a fight that you got into stopped. It's just like poof, just like punched out of you, like just like a gut punch, and it's just like fuck. Anyway, so back to the Crocs. Obviously, we were a mid fight. Pat, Courtney, and Barbara. Obviously, Barbara's friends with Paula, and Pat is friends with Crusher. I still don't get both of those relationships, but apparently they work. So, hey, where they admit, they're like, yeah, he was blackmailing us. He just returned the money like 2 months ago. Though I did visit the day he got killed, I felt like I was gonna go too far, and so I left. And they admit that they're trying their best for 2 reasons: one, their daughter, and two, the corpse, the horrible, horrible corpse. Obviously, prison food is just all carbs apparently, and it's just like horrifying to them. They're like, we need to avoid prison. That's how they got out. Apparently, they got out, and they're not being like chased after by the police and whatnot simply because of a legal loophole. So they got out within the confines of the law, which is great. It means that Artemis isn't going to lose her parents a second time for stupid shit. Right? They got out of legal loophole. And apparently the blackmail was over stuff they didn't do, but no ISA members were around anymore, so it's like they're all dead. So it's like they're all that's left. He returned the money, right? He returned the money. On that front, they're all good, right? Obviously now he's dead. So Sylvester thinks that maybe there is a something that was missed. And he almost takes the staff with him, and look, the staff responds with essentially just context. Are you sure? And he's like, no, no, I gotta follow the rules. He goes without the staff. Uh. Anyway, he goes in, and then he gets thrown up into the air by something or other, something very big, and dropped down, and he's very obviously like dead, right? Oh, that's bad, not good. We out here being fucked. And the episode ends there. Obviously, we also have Cameron and Courtney going on a date, seemingly, but then he like pulls back. He needs to like get his head on straight. Like, I'm sorry, like this dude is.
We made a bot to scrape.
I hate YouTube. I actually hate YouTube right now. That was a short that like you got a split second of. Apologies. Um, for the loud noise. Anyway, yeah. So Cameron needs to get his head on straight. Before he starts going on dates and apologizing for being an asshole, even though he's still an asshole. Um, his grandparents aren't helping. I at first thought it was the grandparents. Obviously, it was either Sylvester or. But then obviously like Sylvester's dead. I'm like maybe it's the grandparents. It's very obviously not them. We actually get a scene of the camera feeds, and it's just one dude, and he clenches his fist. I'm actually kind of worried about this. Cindy is still agonizing over the password to the laptop, uh, and being goaded and whatnot. It's just okay. I'm very confused as to where this is going. Rest in peace, Starman. I was hoping for like for him to come down to earth and not be the world's biggest asshole. Him being dead is like, hey, rest in peace again. Although maybe he's just unconscious. Anyway, the episode was all over the place. Oh, Courtney does threaten Cindy. Sort of. There's two more scenes I gotta talk about. Three more scenes. Sorry. Courtney threatens Cindy, tells her if you do that shit again, talking to Sylvester behind their back, you're off the team. Cindy's like, okay. Like, it's just like, it's not worth, right? Like, this isn't even worth arguing over. It's fine. Um, Paula goes and gives a speech to the Rotary Club because apparently she got in because of the cake that Barbara helped her with. Barbara is there for her speech, and she's like unable to do the speech until Barbara shows up, and then Barbara claps at the end of it. It's so nice. Friends supporting friends, even if one is a former villainess and the other is the mother of a superhero. Hey, it's all good. Now, Paula pays Tim a visit. And it's like, we're here to talk about my friend, the one you're going to be nice to from now on. And then, like, the scene cuts. This man's getting the beatdown of a century. And he's going to be very, very angelic to Barbara from now on, probably. But, like, ayo, your thing is good. We're all good. Do whatever you want. Like, this man's gonna be like, nope, not even gonna like. It's just like 10 feet, like social distancing 6 feet. No, this man's gonna be like 60 feet. And we're like, I'm not doing this. Like, Paula's scary. Anyway, that's the episode. Tell me what you guys thought of it down in the comment section down below. That's good for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright.